So let's tell the story about how we were, we did this thing in a movie. We just saw Anthony Anderson, who was in the movie with us. We did this movie called My Baby's Daddy.
Mm-hmm. This is like the first or the second movie we'd ever done where we had like scenes. Like we didn't understand like what certain people's coverage in scenes were. Like when the camera's behind us and you're on and it's on Anthony Anderson and not on us, we would just like stand in his shot, like block his shot over and over again.
What are you guys doing?
I mean, the director would be like, you can't, this is not for you. Like you almost don't have to talk or be here, but we want to get a corner of your shoulder. So get out. And we would just walk in. So
we learned a lot. But it was fun. We played, it was a long time ago. When was it? What year was it?
2002
or something like that. So we played back
2003.
2003. We were white rappers. Okay, a white rapping duo called the Brothers Styles. and our hit in the movie that we performed on stage in the movie to playback that we wrote with these dudes, like real rappers,
rap producers
and rappers, wrote it with them right by the Capitol building right here. And like one night, late night, we wrote it with them. They got us so high. I mean, it was unreal how high they got us. And like we wrote the thing.
Wrote a rap song.
We were called. We were Double Barrel because we were hot and black on the inside.
That was the
Double Barrel. So the Brothers Styles.
Like ridiculous.
Nah. So like it was a great experience and really fun and just weird, and we had to record it. So we wrote it, then we went down and recorded it in a studio where other rap shit was recorded.
Then we sang it we lip synced it in the movie.
What we had recorded in the movie.
And this is how much we didn't understand about rap culture. Like we were trying to do just on stage, and I was going like this with my hand like this, pulling it back, and someone had to sit me down,
say no
from black culture, and be like, "It's this. You're going down. It's not this.
This makes you look like an idiot.
This is right.
Yeah,
because you're saying it right here, and I'm like, it's not this, and they're like, it's this. And I'm like, all right.
And by the way, and that's the line of demarcation between any white person and a black person who's cool. White people are
doing this.
Black people are doing this. And this is right and this is wrong. That's what we learned.
Terrible.
But we did it and it was fun. I mean, it was really fun. And the whole scene was how we start, Michael Imperioli is our manager and he wants
The Sopranos.
Yeah. And he is like fresh off like in The Sopranos, so like, it was huge to be with him, and he's there and he's managing us, and we have to change this whole club's mind that we are,
because we're white, and everyone in the club's like, we're not going to give them a minute, but over the course of the
song, they all start getting into it.
And by the end of the song, the whole club's going crazy in that, and we're doing great.
And who's the guy who was the record?
The guy from the Fifth Element,
who's the big
Zeus.
Tiny Lister,
Tiny Lister, yeah.
Tiny Lister, who we told told everyone on set
Friday.
Friday.
Debo.
So we told everyone on set.
They put us up in like an apartment thing, okay?
It was a hotel.
It was a hotel, but it was a huge suite and everything. And
this is for the movie, not
for the
in
movie.
The movie.
This is like we spent a month in Toronto.
Oh,
it was
wow.
great.
Okay.
And like hung out with Eddie Griffin, who was in the movie, and Method Man, who was in the movie. Like we got to hang with him.
Amazing.
Incredible. And
so
like we fully didn't understand how great that was.
And we were out with all of them. We're like, we're going to have a party in our giant suite on Friday night. Everyone's invited. Come to this party.
We'll just light it up.
It's going to be like Friday. It's going to be amazing.
One person.
Tiny Lister and his Asian girlfriend.
And he just talked to us about God for an hour.
Talked to us about God for like an hour.
We're like, this is the worst party. He talked to us with his one good eye. All right, so, about God.
Single barrel.
Yes.
Single barrel.
He was more of just a flare gun. It's not that. So we did it in the movie, and it was great. I actually loved what we did in the movie. I've seen it a couple times. I mean, while the idea and concept of a white person rapping now has been done to death to the point where it's like back then it was okay, and I actually liked what we did. We managed to do what we do in these characters, and it was really funny. And playing off of Tiny Lister, who was just this badass dude.
like a Suge Knight type guy.
He gave us a ton. I have to give him a lot of credit because in our scenes, he was like very withholding and very menacing and all this shit, and it forced us to be really funny. Yeah. He would yell at us, and we were the way we jumped was so funny. Like I have to give him a lot of credit because he gave us a lot as actors. So it was really fun. So a couple months after the movie comes out and everything, they said our song made it on the CD.
On the sound.
Oh yeah, that's great.
CD, back when CDs still existed.
Yeah, I remember those.
So they're like, we're gonna have
a CD release party at Hollywood and Highland upstairs at this club.
And this you guys are singing that track. I mean, rapping.
We rapped that track, but I mean, we didn't rap it in the movie. We rapped it on. We recorded it and then did
many
the playback.
takes.
Yes,
and then haven't sung or rapped that song in like 2 years. And I don't know why we thought, yeah, we can do that.
So they asked us if we would perform at this
at the release party.
CD release party.
Okay,
like you guys have been for the last 2 years, like you've been doing that song every night.
This is everything we do.
Not only did we do that, but I was up in Northern California in Big Sur with my then girlfriend proposing to her that weekend.
My God.
Okay, this is 15 years ago, or 16 years ago.
We are.
Is this your now wife?
My now wife.
Okay.
And I was up there. I proposed to her, and then Randy. I guess you called me up there, or we kind of knew that it was happening. I was like, we gotta be. You gotta get down here, and I was like, I'm supposed to be here until we were gonna stay until the night on Monday night. He's like, you gotta leave early and come down for this because you gotta be here on time.
Because we gotta be on time. Because
that's sound check.
Because that's what every great rapper is known for. Like this motherfucker be prompt.
He'd be prompt, man. He'd be prompt. Punctual. He'd be on time.
He'd be on. This dude, not a minute late. All the best rappers. This
left an engagement weekend.
Right. So my wife, I'm like, we're looking at the beautiful view, and I'm like, let's go. We got to get down for the sound check for what will only be the most embarrassing thing we've ever done in our entire lives in front of 1,000 people.
We just didn't know it. We're like, oh, we can handle it.
We got it.
It's 1,000 people.
1,000 people.
1,000 people. Okay?
That's a lot of people.
Too many people.
Too many people. So we get there, and we sound check, and we're kind of shaky on it.
And we're
At what point are you talking to each other like, fuck, I don't remember?
The whole time we're trying to sound check and get it. And we're talking to each other and we're blaming each other.
That's
the other part about being in a duo is like you always immediately blame the other person for anything that goes wrong.
So we are in the back, and then all of a sudden, we're not the only ones performing. There's like a low rent SWV performance.
With voices.
I remember SWV.
Like this girl group is coming, and then like a 3-man boy group is performing, and like some other singer is performing, and like people who are legitimately
who are in the record.
This is what they do.
This is their passion.
And they do it all the time. And they are gifted.
Meanwhile, we're dressed like this to
we're
go
dressed like
do
normal
this.
fucking.
I just came down from Northern California.
Hipster.
What did they have you wearing in the movie?
So in the movie, it was like I shaved my chest. In the movie, it was like crazy.
And we're wearing like these big like
Kangol hats and jumpsuits and you know what I mean, like velour
Timberlands.
It was great. It was so much fun to put all this shit on. I loved it so much. It was just a blast to just be something else and be someone else.
I don't know if it's in
If you can find My Baby's Daddy, you got to look for it. So the Brothers Styles and My Baby's Daddy. And so we
STY.
LZ.
Stop.
Yeah, definitely don't want to spell it correctly.
I don't know if it was in there. I don't see it. All right, well, that's how big we were in this movie.
So anyway, so we were sitting in the back, and we're just all gathered way before this thing is about to start, and people are filing in.
You guys should look on YouTube and see if you can find like a clip or a scene
of the scene. So all of a sudden we're sitting back there, and this tall black dude comes up to us,
and he's got
two like
orange
jerseys,
like basketball jerseys.
He's like,
and I mean, way oversized.
Like, I'm like XX.
Like Yao Ming would be like, give me the size down, right? Like you.
So he says who his name is.
For Yao.
Yeah, Yao Ming. So he says who his name is, and he's like, he told us who he was. He's Dominique Wilkins' brother. Dominique Wilkins, human highlight, from Atlanta, one of the greatest players of all time. Always would come in second to Michael Jordan in dunk contests.
So this guy is his brother, and
he basically I wouldn't say invented, but like perfected and claimed the windmill dunk.
The tomahawk.
Okay, the tomahawk, the windmill.
He did what I did at the youth center on an April.
Okay. Only slightly worse.
Only not as good, or else he would have beat Jordan if he did what I did. Dude, if someone in the dunk contest literally held onto the rim, went sideways, and fell down flat, I'd give him a 50. The tournament.
Just give him the trophy.
Give him a Kia. Give him a Kia. Give him the Kia he jumped over.
That's right. Just it. So he comes up to he's like, hey man, will you wear these jerseys when you do your thing up there? And we're like, yes, please, thank you. We don't have to wear what we're wearing right now. We'll wear this. I think I just wore the jersey. I didn't and jeans. I just took it off, and it was just huge. And we're like, okay, this is good. It's making us feel like we're in it a little more. Okay, we got this.
What does it say? Do you remember?
It was. We were both number 33, I think, or 32, whatever he was. I think 33 was that.
I don't know.
He was 32 or 3.
32 or 33.
And it was his number, but it wasn't a Hawks jersey. I know it didn't say Atlanta Hawks.
One was red and orange, and the other one was white and red and orange. So kind of Atlanta Hawks colors, but it just wasn't like the dude could not get copyrights for anything. Like when he gave it to me, I was like, "Oh, you're estranged from Dominique." And I'm like, "You don't have a relationship.
You haven't spoken to him in 10 years. He doesn't know about this."
Nobody cleared this shit. Nobody did. So it is fucking packed. I mean, it's packed.
1,000 people.
1,000 people at Hollywood Highland upstairs in this club, and they're all watching. They introduced
up the top level.
Yes,
I know exactly. It was going to be the Wayans Brothers Club for a minute. I know exactly where you're talking about.
They introduce us to very little cheering,
like to nothing,
because nobody knows who we are, and nobody knows who we are in this thing. And the music starts.
And by the way, I don't. This is how deluded we were and how stupid we were, because we're like, we perform all the time. Like, I think somewhere in the back of my mind, the deep, deep back of my mind, I was like, we might be talking to someone about a record deal after tonight. Like, in a booth.
It could happen.
In a booth. Like, we'll have to say no because we're busy with other stuff. But we'll be polite and we'll listen to them.
Let's let them down lightly.
Let's Capitol Records pitch us, and then we'll let them down lightly.
Let them down lightly.
Tell them we'll think about it, then we'll email them no. All right.
So we get up on stage, and we fucking suck.
We suck so bad.
We're off the time of the music.
Do you forget the words?
The words,
opening
slow.
lines.
And once you get slow, you're like, do you catch up with the words that you missed, or do you just jump to the point and start where the music is at? And we couldn't decide, and we couldn't figure it out.
So we're doing different things.
Are you going back on it?
Yeah. We're doing a lot. We've default to this instead of this.
I forgot everything they taught.
Everything's wrong. It was a mess. It was a disaster.
And we could see some of our friends who we invited there. Even they were like,
"Oh, no."
They wouldn't. You know when your friends can't look at you when you're doing something?
It was so bad, and we're like, "This is not us. We're dying with other people's stuff." It was just like it was.
No one is dancing. No one's clapping. It's the opposite of what happened in the movie.
Like we started,
like we had everyone at the beginning, and then by the end of the song, we lost the whole room.
It's the anti of the movie. So we go to the back, and we're sitting in the back, and we are like, "What the?
We are so embarrassed."
How long was the song? 3, 4 minutes.
3 or 4 minutes.
Which, by the way,
is
when
you're
bombing,
it's an eternity.
4 hours.
Oh my God,
Yes.
it was an eternity. And we go to the back, and we're sitting in the back, and like now nobody is talking to us. Meanwhile, before the mini Shetland sisters with voices, they're like talking us up. They're like chatting us up and stuff, and this guy's talking to us and all this stuff. We get back to the back, and no one is talking to us. It is deathly quiet.
But there's a lot of people in there.
And now Dominique Wilkins' estranged brother is now estranged from you.
Well, he comes back.
So he comes back in. It is so quiet. It is so deathly quiet.
And he whispers, but everyone
could hear it. He's like, "Yeah, I'm going to need those jerseys."
Made us take the jerseys off, and Randy had taken his
shirt off now.
So his shirt was off. So now he's It was
I had to
so.
go get my shirt and put it on and button it
It
up.
was so humiliating.
It was.
So humiliating. And then I had to go face my now fiance, who was
You're
like,
that was worth it.
Rethinking everything. Yeah.
so glad. Yeah,
Thank God
so glad we
were here
drove
on
home
time.
early for this. And I was like, this is
man.
a foreshadowing to the future of your
Oh,
life.
my
Oh
God.
man, it was a great, terrible moment that took us a while to understand how great that moment was.
We were mortified. We wouldn't even come out to the party. Like, I mean, because like after everyone did their songs, there was like another 2 hours of like a party with
And
great
we're like,
food.
we
and all-
gotta leave. We
had to
gotta
leave.
We gotta leave. But that was just a great,
Oh God, that is
beautiful,
fucking great.
beautiful.
That's what I'm talking about. Like,
That's
you
what I'm
can
talking.
laugh
That's
now.
what it is, man.
You can laugh
we
now.
can laugh now. We can
Right-
laugh. I bet it took us like 6 months after that to be able to look back at that and be like, all right, man, whatever. It was really funny.